Hello and welcome to Your Soul Projects podcast, where we help you follow through on what matters to you. I'm Shereen and I help people accomplish their creative and meaningful projects. And in this season, from seed to fruit, we'll be using the garden as our guide to help you go from idea to done. You'll learn how to plant the right seeds, nurture your vision, protect it from the weeds of doubt and bring it to full bloom. So let's dive in. Welcome to episode 6, our second last episode of our From Seed to Fruit series. And in the last episode, we talked about how to stay consistent when your project is in full swing, how to keep up the motivation and momentum to make it through the messy middle without burning out. We looked at how to bring in the right balance of sunlight, water, fertilizer and rest so that you and your project have everything that you need to thrive. And in today's episode, we'll be talking about what to do when your project faces setbacks or challenges. And sticking with the garden as our metaphor, the challenges and setbacks are the storms, the big storms, the storms that will inevitably come. That essential reality that we all have to face when we're working on our projects and missions. In an earlier episode, we talked about how to handle storms when your seedlings are small. Today, we're looking at what to do now that your project has deep roots and is growing tall. We'll be looking at ways to move through challenges. Every gardener knows that storms are inevitable. One day a strong wind might come and break a stem, or a cold snap might happen and make the leaves turn brown and wilt, or a heavy rainfall happens and the soil floods, or no rain for weeks, scorching heat and the soil dries up. And of course the pests come and eat the leaves. To new or unprepared gardeners, this might feel devastating. But to the wise gardener, they know how to adapt and bend in the wind. In fact, they also know that the storm can make the plant's roots even deeper and make the plant even more resilient. They also know that some plants just won't make it, or that they will survive but not produce as well as they could have had they not been battered by a storm. This year, my garden got hit by a cold snap at the beginning of the season. My zucchini plant didn't make it. And my cucumbers and my tomato plants, they struggled with this. But they still managed to produce sort of okay tomatoes and the odd cucumber here and there. And then there's my kale plants. They must have loved the cold snap because they are abundant right now. They are so tasty this year. And your projects are like this. Storms come in the form of challenges and setbacks. And they can kill your project. Or they can damage it enough that it won't produce as well. Or they can help it to grow deeper roots and become even more resilient. A little note, I also did not make my garden my priority this year. Had I made it my priority, my zucchini plant might have survived and my tomatoes and my cucumber plants might have produced better produce. So make your project your priority and tend to it well. Our challenges can come in all shapes and sizes, big and small. Maybe you're struggling with self-doubt or low self-esteem, or maybe you have relationship struggles going on right now, or financial troubles, or maybe you get an unexpected diagnosis, or there's a death in the family. These are all storms, and they're part of the growth cycle. They're not proof that you should give up. They're proof that you're human and that life happens. Not all of our desires or ideas will come to fruition, and sometimes we need to learn how to accept our losses and step out there and plant new seeds. And remember, Often failed projects end up becoming the fertile soil for our most fruitful work. And then sometimes these challenges and these setbacks, they come to tell us that we need to pivot. They show up to let us know we need to pivot, or we need to bring in strength somewhere, or we need to do things in a different way, see things in a different way, and they guide us to that new perspective. So here are a few things that you can try to keep your project alive when challenges or setbacks come. So number one, name the storm. Name the storm. Identify what it is that's threatening your project right now and name it. For instance, my pet died and I'm heartbroken. Or I lost all my savings. Or I'm having a really hard time at work right now. Whatever it is, name it. And by doing this, you make it less overwhelming and you give yourself more power back. So name it. Number two, check the roots. Ask yourself, what part of my project is still alive and worth protecting? Maybe your original idea is still alive, or your core audience for your work is still the same. And start there. Focus there. What small action can you take to keep it alive? Maybe it's email someone, or maybe you need to set your project aside for a while so that you can process whatever challenge or setback has come your way. And then once you move through that, you can come back to the project feeling more refreshed and more resilient. Number three, shelter and support. Plants sometimes need stakes or trellises to hold them up, or coverings to protect them from storms and pests. So what support do you need to help you navigate this specific storm? Maybe it's just accountability from a friend or support from a friend. Maybe it's help from a mentor or support from a community. What support do you need right now? Whatever it is, identify what it is, whoever it is, whatever it is, and reach out to whoever can provide that support for you and ask for that support. And then number four, pivot if needed. Sometimes branches break, but that doesn't mean the whole tree dies. Sometimes branches die so that new branches can grow. So it's okay that branches break and die. So can you prune one piece of your project, or simplify it, or redirect it in some way? Maybe there's a way you've been approaching a specific task that's not working very well. Or maybe you've gotten off track and you need to prune back a little bit to your original idea. So look at what adjustments you can make to make your project more sustainable and more aligned. So today we talked about the reality of storms, the challenges and setbacks that, like the weather, can come unexpectedly and cause havoc. We looked at ways of how to navigate the storms and keep your project alive. Challenges are part of the cycle of growth, and they often make us more resilient and more patient. They also guide us to see things in a new way or dig deeper roots, and sometimes they come to provide the fertile soil for our future seeds. And now you have a few things that you can try to help you weather the storms. Make your project your priority and tend to it well so that it has the best chance to grow. And when the storms come, when the challenges come, do what you can to navigate them. Do what you can to move through them and keep your project alive. And in our final episode of this series, we'll be stepping into harvest mode. Once you've taken consistent action and made it through all the challenges, we will be celebrating the fruits of your labour. We will be celebrating your project done. And we'll be looking at how to move through the fear of actually sharing your work. Plus, we'll gather and save seeds for what's next. Thank you for listening to Your Soul Projects podcast. You can also visit yoursoulprojects.com for more free resources and coaching support to help you follow through on what you came here to do. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who might need it. Leave a review so other people can find it. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Until next time.